We will start in a city drowning in rain that will not stop. And the darkness of what else? We see Banoon. He's trying to work. Old Arabic. But the motor is not satisfied with rotating alone amid a bleak view. Bishop Arabic. And he walks around a place where he stays. And how much does he live with? And he's walking in the middle of the silver buildings, which are all wet. I will find a house where there is security. Air home. Calm is breaking. Strange voices. Benin is going up the ladder and trying to know the source of the sound, until he sees from afar, strong huge creature Nephil. The presence of this being clears your heart. And you feel that something does not appear except when someone prefers bus on it. From another window, an old man turns off the light. It's like he says Lebanon. The best thing is to look at someone for you. Boys complete an inspection by the air of the house. In the middle of the world, I find a dead body. On the ground, the body of someone often. Meet the same fate. Who is trying? Run away from him. Booms are close. The guanchi takes off from the dead's hand and wears it. And then he finds a weapon. He spits fast, and put it in his bag without any hesitation. It's like I know he'll need it at any moment. After that, Bannon is showing a wireless device from the bag, and he tries to communicate with someone. Just before he catches up, he speaks. He hears a muffled metal sound. He came from a corner in the fashion while he was looking at a source. The sound detects another working wireless device. And my secret, under the bed. Why do you want it? He hears only confusion and intermittent sounds, but there is no clear response. He completes an inspection, and the first time he passes in a narrow way. I see a number written on the precaution. The limit of his account was specific to the number. Pain is a radio frequency. So he decides to try it, and sets it on the device. He tries to communicate and talks in hope someone respond to it, but silence is still in control. Then a balloon. He enters an old school. Pain on it abandoned. In a fashion, it looked like a concert hall. Zaman Balaji traces of a celebration. Matsab Mansi. Deflated balloons. Zena fell to the ground. Flashlights. Disco mat. He shows the place with his scout and tries to shave a celebration atmosphere. Like that from himself. Just the one who comes after that? Is a strange and disturbing silence. Bannon smiles. Small and light smile. And he tries to meet any moment of rest amid this chaos. And when I show up with the scout, dark corner in the fashion. Suddenly I see 6 standing still in place. The view is his fear. He fell to the ground. And when he preferred to revolve around him. There is no limit at all. The feeling is that someone is watching him increases. And the tension in the air is more and more. He will play the second role. Suddenly a voice is heard on the radio. Just reply quickly and ask in a clear voice. Who is on the line? The sound was glossy and muffled. He identified himself as Damien. The man on the radio started asking questions. It looks a bit suspicious. Panel, who was tired and not able to stress it. He's alone grocery store days, maybe weeks. The man who showed that he remained more cautious. He said there were dangerous people on the streets. He prefers to stay away from them, and he revealed that he is, who is a writer, frequencies on the walls. Damien was talking quickly and didn't say many details. He just hinted that he was hiding in a nearby building. Suddenly, the connection was interrupted once. Sobbed Bannon, drowning in more questions than answers. Damien explains it. Screaming and hit fire. Decide to hide. To some extent, the world is guided. Bannon. What were the sounds exactly? But Damien replied to him that he also heard screaming and beating. Fire? And the first thing Bannon tried to ask him is where exactly. Suddenly cut. WhatsApp alone. Another sunset, and his mobile came out. He looked at the pictures and audio recordings of his wife and daughter. He's watching a video. His little girl sucking his side like this, and a man saw his shape. A smaller version. Then he went outside, and Destiny collects a little rain. Smell the flask. It's like deciding he will drink or not. In this moment, same man back. And he said if you're not sure, it remains what you drink. And the first thing he was taking the risk in drinking. The radio is on. Tani was Damien. He calls him and says that he had to close because he heard new sounds. Just now, Jay meets him. He asked him to prefer Hadi Banoon. He said he has an Arab with him, they can run away from the city, but the motor not working. Damien replied to him. He said that in nearby factories, they can find a solution. Damien said that they could meet. Useful need into factories. And while they are talking to sleep, he hears voices, and he looks out of the window. I see a red light. Then along, someone hears. He screams and asks for help. He decides to go out and see what? And find strange statue of one, about 6. A lot of roses. He tries to pick a rose from them. He just hears a voice. Distress. Again enter. Oda, and he starts to hear many strange sounds around him. He takes the gun out of his bag, and suddenly, he hears the voice of Ayat. Baby and move carefully. To some extent, I find a deformed creature. a need similar to the object that changes its shape. At that time, he understood that she was the one who was imitating all sounds. He tries to hit her with fire, but he discovers that the gun is empty. And there are no shots. There is no solution in front of him. It starts running, and she's running after him. He will hide and look at her while she is contagious next to him. You scream a lot at the same time. Beast and Dana. To bear this terrifying sound. After a little sleep, he is healthy to meet himself in the forest. He walks in the middle of the trees. To some extent meets White Dip, standing in front of him, and he bulbs him in his eyes. Before he completes his path, Bannon meets an old man. Long beard, sitting in front of him, and make weather. Weird like that. About the teeth of Bonnie Admin hanging in needs. Suddenly Bannon feels a strong rigid pain in his bug, and when he looks he finds himself with blood, and a year of his teeth fell. And the strangest of that from the place of the year, this is a small creature appearing. The view was so terrifying he was shocked. Suddenly he finds himself healthy and dark. He cuts himself from the green, who is with him, and the light is fond of seeing around it. He is surprised that he sees a man walking on the contrary. This man, he gets close to him quickly, and say a very vague word. Come back to me. And suddenly Bennu wake up again, and he discovers that it was all a terrible dream. He gets up and gets close to the same window that he looked at before. He finds that the sky is still enlightened by these strange red lights. He takes the water mower that was collected from the rain, and drink it, and then he spins around it. He can find something to save himself. He drinks water from the ground to compensate for his thirst. At that time he feels that he must leave the locked place. And this abandoned, he goes down and spins on eating. And Maya finds a little fruit on a tree. He picks them up and eats them on the fast. It is preferable to walk until it reaches a large implant point. Trying to open a food box. Meet her face. It can be useful. Live with it a little. Munawar found this box from the first and is still trying to open it. And suddenly Damien, I will contact him again. Bannon years old? You are close to me now? Damien replied to him and said that he had happened a little unforeseen circumstances and had to change his way. Her watch. Banoon told him about the confrontation that took place between him and the stranger. Damien warned him, and he said never trust them, because these beings know how to mimic the sounds of brown humans perfectly. Very Bannon said it. He has a gun to protect himself, like what he tried to use. We worked for him that year. In shots. Air the pistol at all. Banoon replied and said it. I don't know. Her watch. Dam seemed to quickly explain how to untie the gun and make sure of the shots. And use it. Right. Please talk to some extent. Bannon heard a very terrifying voice. And Damon heard it too and said it. 10 shots. And suddenly 2 fighter pilots. Enemy from above. Red lights appeared. More in the sky. At that time the army was still trying to fight these creatures. Damon commented and said he thinks that all this is not necessary and will fail him in the other. Banoon for a moment. He caught the pictures of his old family and looked in them. Just suddenly, the mysterious man who appears to him, back again, and the mobile was kidnapped from him. Damon called again quickly and said, this is your chance to get out of here now. Banoon went up a tree and tried to reach a wall to cross. But suddenly someone hit a fire on him and fell from above running quickly and went into hiding to protect from attack. Then a new explosion. Shake the area. The world has become more chaos. Paddle runs at full speed to save himself until he reached a safe place for a while. There is a glimpse. A man, but quickly I think of Damien's advice. I went to hiding because no one sees it. He decided he was watching. This man is from afar, and he saw it inside a narrow place. The man had a knife, and he did not intend to leave it out of his hand at all. Just the sons of Egypt. He's taking it. After a while, attracted, the man surrendered. Banoon asked him for the bag he had. The man seemed to beg him. This said everything with me. Just Banoon, don't have mercy on him. Close to him and try to tighten the bag. Just the man tried to disarm him. Bannon quickly responded and hit him with fire in his leg. The man screamed and said it. You crazy. I just don't know him completely. Take the bag. The first time he opened the bag, just found a little bit, chopped to demolition. Just looking in the air. He found a little water. A little dirty water and it's bissing. He curses himself, but then he threw it out of disgust. Suddenly a voice was heard. Someone screams and asks for help again. Just this time, boys understand that this is the object that imitates sounds, and he tries to deceive him. Admin quickly and sit watching. From afar, to some extent he saw the same object. The stranger is close to him, and danger he caught him. Big stay. Just in a moment, sound hit. Far fire scattered the object and let it go away. Exploit the sun's opportunity and ran fairly quickly to find a basement. And he went down in it to take cover. He's walking in the basement. Suddenly I'm surprised by a man holding a weapon and threaten him. The man is an onion with a very strange look and ask him, who are you? Then he called, in the name of his son who lost Isaac. Bannon doesn't need to talk about the topic. And he walked and saw him until he reached his house. This old man, eat and water, and Bannon from Qatar was not hungry. Quickly without thinking. Just the first time he drank the water, strange taste. He discovered it was Paul. Put it along from his shock. They sat talking a little bit until the man. He looked like he said that his daughter I walked with noble creatures. And she stayed pregnant with one of them. Banin years old? Where are you now? The man is speaking words that are not understood by Qadr al-Hazian. He said he was coming out, spinning on it. Banin's watch. He took advantage of being busy and escaping quickly, without what he feels. After that, Banin went to the stores that Damien was saying on her before that. There he found an Arab battery. Its condition is still good. At the time I felt a little hope, and he decided to tell Damien his word, and he said, "Come meet each other." But Damien replied to him and said that he was too far away and asked him to say it Arabic place. Banin was a little hesitant. Just in the other, decide to trust him, and he said it on a place Arabic, and while he's walking, it's like a vision from the past. Healed in it, a little boy is playing Arabic game. Back to complete his way, suddenly meet. The strange object is again. I manage quickly, and when I find that there is no solution. He got the idea that he was using a device, the old wiki he met before that. To distract him, I will put it in the air of a bucket to make a sound echo. And he seemed to scream at it, to attract object attention. Really, the plan worked, and the first thing is this. Ben and Jerry, quickly, but the object did not bother and seemed to run after it. Children can deliver to Arabic. And entered quickly. Just trying to play it. Battery, I fell from it. The object seemed to get closer to Arabic, and play in it, and Banin sat in the Arab air and rubber. His head is from fear for his life, and suddenly, the claws of the object appear on Katzaz. Arabic, Banin quickly locks. The doors are good and she is screaming outside, in a terrifying voice. Banin was almost dead of horror. I don't know what to do. Somewhat suddenly, being trained with fire. Look, he found a man standing in front of him and Damien came out. He is the one who comes to bite him. Damien pulled the battery from the ground and looked at it and said, "The battery lost acid, a lot, and it will not work again." The sons of his eyes teared up, and his head fell on the druckers from Elias. Damien is an onion without any feelings, and he said it. "Not time for Boca? The place here remains dangerous. We have to move." He told him, he knows a way they can escape. The two walked together in a lane. It's tight until it arrived. Tunnel door. Damien, I suggest they disperse because of their chances of survival. Remain bigger. Banin hesitated a little bit. I just agreed in the other. He started entering the tunnel. He was showing the road with the scout with him. Just the scout. He seemed to weaken and enlighten and turn off, and he is terrified. He heard the sounds of strange creatures, livestock without purpose, amid darkness. He had to leave the scout behind him, and he continued walking on his feelings. Somewhat glimpsed, tunnel exit, and the first thing he felt was free. Finally, he ran quickly towards the forest in front of him. Just running. The world is starting to get dark around it. Tani Menan. He's running in the woods, suddenly saw flashlights. Noor enlightened the place. Hide and watch. From afar, he saw the soldiers killing the creatures. One of the soldiers, except next to him, Banoon he's dead, until the soldier walked and got busy. Then I ran fast. Stopped next to a tree to catch his breath. And he felt that he hit the fire. Suddenly he heard someone screaming and asking for help. This time he decided that he would see what. He met Damien. I'm waiting and saying it. Low voice, you don't make a voice. The second day they made their way in the forest. Damien said they needed to catch something. And the area is good for rabbits. Damien entered the transplant air a little bit to do his thing, and Benin at this time met a blessing. What did he drink from? But he brought her another monster bait and disgusted. Journalist from anger, and then they are walking. Without purpose. They were just walking without fear. At night, Damien has a fondness for fire, and they sat roasting the meat they caught and eat it together. Damien Sal, why do they call you Banin? He replied to him and said that this is a nickname for a long time when he loved comics. He was in character. Her name is Brian Bannon, and his father started calling him like this. Damien Fatal asks him, who are you seriously, and sit talking. Deep words like this, until Damien asked to see the gun. But Bannon kept quiet and didn't do it for him. Second day, Bannon while he sleeps, he heard the voice of one Saint Basebla message, and he's sleeping. He found himself in a nightmare. And he saw the mobile that was stolen from him before that. Fatal revolves around Damien, but what can't be done? Then he saw the old man. Another performed strange rituals. And the little boy saw 6. And another man. It's like the people he killed before that. Of horror, hold the gun, and his face on the old man, and hit him with fire. Just suddenly, Damien appeared and seemed to hit him with fire. He too. Bannon running in the middle of the trees. Fire hit him from afar. But Damien preferred to expel him. After a while, Banoon Shefa crawling on the ground. Damien took it off. A year of trumpet and tried to strangle him. And Banoon is healed in his features. What is the second man who killed him? Boone can get away from him, and he will crawl. Pistol side. But the first thing I rapped, he found Damien standing on him, and the gun lifter, and hit him with fire. Damien took a bag. Bannon and sit watching him. He dies slowly. And he drank water in front of him. And he said coldly that he saw a raft. What is useful lives here? Then in years old? Who are you? Damien replied to him and said, I am a survivor. Benoon Fatal repeats the question. Just Damien. He didn't have an answer, and the slanderer, he dies like someone else. Damien Renmobile. Reply to him and hear the voice of one saint, you say, oh my love. Smile and everything is finished with his death. Tragedy.